Once a giant, always a giant.
Welcome to the first episode of All Things Giants. Today, we're just going to be doing something very simple. We're just going to be doing a film review, Jaylen Waddle and Kyle Pitts. The reason I chose those two specific players was Waddle is the one thing that the Giants need most. The receiver, the electrifying guy on the outside. He can play slot, he can play outside, and really wherever he gets the ball, he just mimics Tyreek Hill's game to me. And it's just extremely impressive to watch, and it's a must-watch type of thing. Kyle Pitts, that guy. Evan Ingram had a very rough season. The Giants can look to move on from him, or even pair the two. I wouldn't be too bothered by that, because Evan Ingram, he's more of a speed guy, while Kyle Pitts is a contested catch guy. Those two together would be a nice duo to see, but let's get right into it. Shout out to This Bomb Productions. We're going to be watching his videos on Waddle and Pitts.
Jalen hurts in for him, and Jalen comes up throwing down the middle. Jaylen Waddle. Jalen to Jaylen. Waddle, great speed. He's gone. Touchdown. Goes back to the 23.
I remember this one.
Waddle got away from that whiplash, and now he's coming the other way. Jaylen Waddle across midfield. He's got a convoy. Waddle, he's gone. Touchdown. And there's his second completion. Hitting Waddle in stride, and watch out. This could go all the way.
Now, I'm not going to pause but too many times, because I don't like pausing like that. But one thing that, like 2016, 2015 Odell, back when Odell was with us, Odell would be able to catch the ball, catch it, and take a slant to the house. The Giants haven't had that since then. A wide receiver one is what they lack. Slayton, we gave him year 2 to get that shot, and he proved that he wasn't the guy as a wide receiver one. Now, I'm not saying he's not a wide receiver 2 or 3, but him and Sterling are guys who I think would excel more if they had that wide receiver one. Waddle may be able to do that. Like, nobody expected Tyreek Hill to be the wide receiver one that he is, but he's shown that he has a good combination of speed to use with his technique and his footwork. And I think that's what Waddle has right here. As you see, he takes a quick slant, 30, 40, and not even that. Like, he takes it to the house when they were at like the 15, 20 yard line. So yeah, let's keep watching.
95 yards. Jaylen Waddle from about the 2. Tried this last time, ended up with a penalty. This time, into the open field. Jaylen Waddle. Nobody's going to catch him.
I know I said I'm not going to pause, but only reason I'm pausing here is because one thing, watching, like, I've been a Giants fan my entire life. One thing watching the games that we haven't had is a true kick returner. And if we draft Waddle, I don't think we should necessarily use him in that way to where we use him as a punt returner, kick returner, because he can get injured. He is a smaller guy, so that is a possibility, especially him coming off an injury. But if you watch Dion Lewis, it was at times where I would hope that we get a touchback, just because it was so rare that we would get back to the 25, or it didn't even look like he wanted to get or wanted to take each one to the house. Like, you look at Miko Hardman and those type of guys, they want to take every single kick to the house. Dion Lewis didn't show me that. If we're able to go get a wide receiver one in free agency and pair that with Waddle, I think with Slayton and Shepard too, we'd have a nice little receiving core to go with, and we could use Waddle in the return game.
Coast to coast. Touchdown, Alabama. To the Tagovailoa. Play fake. Tyrrell loads it. Goes deep for Waddle. Got it in stride. Waddle down the sideline. You can forget about it. Touchdown, Alabama. Come on. How do you do this? 77 yards. pressure comes to the end zone.
I like his contested thing. Like he was, I know it's not too much of a contested catch, but he was able to go up and get that one. So as I'm saying, he's able to beat guys who are 15, 20 yards behind him when he's catching the ball. Like he caught that at the first down and didn't touch a guy until he was at the 30-yard line.
Still a long way to go, but Alabama's certainly looking excellent tonight. Here's Waddle. It just shows you some of that incredible skill as he backtracks, makes 35. And inside the 20 before he goes out of bounds. And they get it away. Barely so. Quick throw out. Jaylen Waddle weaving his way for his first touchdown.
Even these type of plays, like it just shows the many ways you can use him. Like you watch Kansas City and how they use Tyreek Hill, they use him in many more ways. Like he just tossed it up and he was there. Another thing, his contested catch ability, I spoke a little bit on it earlier. He's able to go up with guys. Maybe not too, yeah, that corner was basically his size, but he was able to go up and get that 50-50 ball right there. Ooh, see that block? His ball carrier vision is very nice. Like he cut that back instead of going straight. But just like that, you see, maybe his route wasn't too tight, but he used his speed to his advantage and broke with speed instead of trying to beat it with his footwork. I think footwork is something you can improve on. You look at Devontae Adams. Let me pause it real quick. You look at Devontae Adams. He has arguably the best footwork in the league right now. Him and Stephon Diggs, and he didn't have that his first, second year in the league. He's just now starting to get to that. It's something you can always work to, but the one thing you can't work to is, I mean, you can get to speed, but with his speed, it's something special. Like it's no working to that. He's got 5 yards in between him. In the NFL, he can get up and go. That's a touchdown. He caught that at midfield, basically. It's like 2-3 guys that had the chance to tackle him. I spoke on it earlier. I'm not really, I'm a big fan of, yeah, I know a lot of us Giants fans tend to steer away from Evan Ingram in that with the season he had, I know most of his drop led to Daniel Jones interceptions and things like that. But I think with his skill set, if we give him, I know this is his contract year, it's either we pay him or we let him walk. I'm a fan of I still believe in Evan Ingram. I think he's been able to pair it, just not all together. Like his first few seasons, he couldn't stay healthy, but he was able to catch the ball and score with it. And now this season, he was able to stay healthy, but he had a drop problem. I think people are so quick to just give up on somebody if they're not good automatically. That's just not how things go. Give Evan Ingram this last year. I think Jason Garrett, I'm not a big fan of his, but I did like how he used him sometimes in like the running game, and I think people didn't expect that. But I think adding that, and then if we do draft Kyle Pitts, I wouldn't say I would be too ecstatic about it, but I would like the pick, only because he is a big physical guy, and him and Ingram aren't like total opposites, but they're not the same guy. Like Ingram, he's not gonna go up and get it and get hit, take the hit and come down with it. Pitts will, but Pitts also won't. Like if you remember the Buccaneers game, Daniel Jones' first career game, where he caught a pass, he basically caught a drag and took it to the house. That's not the guy Pitts is. So I think if we have that 2 tight end set, that'll be something special. I'm not gonna pause too much throughout this video. 6'6", 240. That's a good frame. He reminds, like, he has a Travis, like, you watch how Travis Kelce gets off I know I'm referring to a lot of Chiefs guys, but like you see his release, he was able to get off the line quick.
Jones, and he changes motion to find Pitts. It's out in. Makes two balls miss and picks up a Florida first down. He's looking towards the end zone here to
Go up and get it.
and the tight end finds the goal line shot for a Gator touchdown. Play action. Trask has some time. Takes a downfield shot, and it's a diving play by Pitts.
Like that's against Grant Delpit. He's a very solid safety. He didn't play this season due to injury, but that's still a very like look at the route. He had a safety biting on that.
On second and goal. Trask in zone.
Go up and get it. Like all these passes are high. They're trying to bubble screen with a tight end. That's not something you see.
Trask across the middle again. Again targeting Pitts, who makes a nice hands
Contested
catch.
catches.
And in the red zone, he beats Stingley.
That ball didn't even move.
Found a little seam to Kyle Pitts. Trying to rip off his jersey. He's down to the 5.
Like, see, I'm a big believer that Evan Ingram would have had the speed to maybe even take that to the house or even further. He's not a slow guy, don't get me wrong. I like those white helmets. Like, this is amazing. He's going against corners.
Trask. Bullets one in the end zone for Kyle Pitts. Another Gators touchdown. Trask rolling out. Fires to Pitts. Touchdown. Florida.
Yeah, man, it's as simple as that. Like Jaylen Waddle, I think his skill set, what he'll bring to the Giants offense is end arounds and even a deep threat. Like Slayton's an inconsistent deep threat. Like he had the game against Washington earlier in the season. He beat Fuller off the deep threat. Waddle, I think he'll be a little bit more consistent, and Slayton won't be able to take those quick slants. Like he has the speed to do it. I just don't think he's the receiver to do it. And I think Waddle is the type of guy who can take that, like you saw many times in the video, he'll take that 2-3 yard route and take it for 20, 30 yards or even a touchdown. And I think that's what the Giants lack with not having Odell. Like Odell, any pass he caught, you were scared he was taking it to the house. He was a big reason why that 2016 season, besides the Green Bay game in the playoffs, that we got there was because of his big play ability. That's a big thing when I watch some of these guys, his big play ability. And I think with Pitts, he'll be a red zone threat for whatever team that ends up drafting him, even if it's us or any other team. He is a red zone threat. He will be with his ability to have those strong hands and to bring in the ball with a guy on his back. That's something special, and that's not something you see all the time. But this is it for the first episode of All Things Giants. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. I'm going to have my TikTok in the description. I'm going to have all of it. Peace.